Well, coming up, former President Donald Trump held his first outdoor rally today since last month's assassination attempt. Earlier this afternoon, he and J.D. Vance rallied supporters in Asheboro, North Carolina. The former president stood behind bulletproof glass. Trump narrowly lost the state to President Biden in 2020. And that is where we're going to find our Scott McFarland this evening. Scott, tell us a little bit about the scene there in Asheboro. What was it like being there?
There were some symmetries to the event July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, where the shots were fired. The flag was actually erected in the same pattern, the same way, with the same makeshift diagonal beams holding it up above a stage that looked the same in front of a crowd wearing those same red hats in the same type of political community. Asheboro is about 90 minutes from Charlotte. It has that same political complexion as Butler, Pennsylvania. But the security regimen was visible at times. You could see that bulletproof glass bowl that surrounded the stage when J.D. Vance spoke first and when Donald Trump spoke. There was a moment he stepped away from that bulletproof glass area to check on one of the rally goers experiencing a medical emergency. But we also noticed inside the place, there seemed to be tighter restrictions on the movement of the crowd once they got to their seats. So there's so many pieces of security, Nancy, you can't see with the naked eye. Today, it was visible for those who were close to the former president.
Scott, you were at the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania a month ago, so it must have been kind of surreal to be there today. What was that like for you? And did you get any sense that it had any effect on former President Trump to be back in a similar situation at an outdoor rally?
Yeah, the first outdoor rally with supporters since July 13th. There were some things that had the echo of July 13th. I mean, literally, this rally was right near a Sheetz gas station, just like the Butler, Pennsylvania one was. There were these vendors with makeshift stands selling Trump hats and Trump shirts. We saw that all over Butler, Pennsylvania. But it was also quite clear, Nancy, this was a smaller venue with the security apparatus, the barriers, the higher, tighter barriers, the estimates on the crowd, maybe 2,000 to 3,000. That's significantly smaller than Butler. The campaign pledged this was going to be an event about military and defense issues in this state that's home to Camp Liberty and Camp Lejeune. And the former president did at times talk about military and defense issues before he meandered off to other things. Let's listen to some of what he had to say about U.S. military security.
4 years ago, our country was strong and respected like never before. Our allies admired us. Our enemies feared us because everyone knew that as an American president, I was all about putting America first. That's true. Under my leadership, we rebuilt the United States military, created Space Force, and we made our allies pay their fair share.
But to be clear, Nancy, he deviated off that message. He meandered at times, topic to topic, going off that teleprompter. He had some very cutting criticisms of the Obamas, who he said took shots at him last night from the convention stage. He made jokes about President Biden. This was at times, unfocused, nearly hour-long set of remarks from Donald Trump.
Right. He said that the Obamas were very unkind to him in their speeches here at the convention last night. He also said earlier this week, Scott, that it's fair for him to make personal attacks against Vice President Harris because those attacks are coming his way from here in Chicago. What did he have to say about her today?
Yeah, he first of all invoked the former president's middle name, which he often does, and he said that former President Obama was nasty and that Michelle Obama was too, with their words last night. And he has this thing, and he exercised it again today, where he asks the crowd if he should go off the teleprompter and share his real thoughts. And there's a kind of a call and response there. And they were supportive of him inching towards or delving right into personal attacks. And it colored so much of these remarks today. He just floated topic to topic. He was not disciplined on message, not disciplined on the teleprompter, and that has caused heartburn, to put it charitably, among Republican surrogates with whom I'm speaking.
Yeah, heartburn among his aides as well. In fact, he said today that they've been pressuring him to stay on message, but that they're all fired, which I assume was a joke. Scott McFarland, thank you so much for that wrap-up. We really appreciate it.